holding 6.3 billion gallons of water. About 13 years ago, just before the aquarium opened, we had a fill ocean Voyager, and it took about 36 hours to fill all 6.3 million gallons. Now, to put that in perspective, if you were to use your garden hose like you have at home, it would take you about 15 months to fill all 6.3 million gallons. So we were in a little bit of a hurry, so we chose to go with 36 hours. Now, holding back all this water is this huge window, which is actually made of acrylic, not glass, but acrylic. And there's two good reasons for that. In fact, by the way, all the windows here at the aquarium are also made of acrylic. I was going to say two good reasons for that. First, there's no distortion like you have with glass. If you have a home aquarium, you know what I'm talking about. But the size of these animals, like this giant grouper, this is how big they really are. Second, acrylic is up to 17 times stronger than glass. And when you're holding back this much water, that's pretty important. Now, if you're wondering how thick this acrylic window is, look over here by Karen. We have a cutout of this window. It's almost 2 feet thick. And you probably wouldn't know it when you're looking at it. That's okay, that's a good thing. It is made up of 6 panels that are bonded together. And if you get in front of one of the seams, like I am right here, and look off to the side a little bit, you can actually see the thickness of the window. So again, with this being one of the world's largest indoor aquarium habitats, it's only fitting we have the world's largest fish, and that is the whale shark. And we have 4 of them. We have 2 males and 2 females, ranging between 18 and about 26 feet or so, and they are still growing. In fact, we would not be surprised if they got to be half the length of this window. This window is about 63 feet across. I'm standing about halfway. So from here to the edge of the window, they can get to be that long, maybe even longer. So I'll introduce you to the whale sharks as they come swimming by. The one on the bottom there, that is Yushan. It's one of our male whale sharks. And then coming straight at us, this is our other male, Turoko. And here's how you tell the males from the females. Look at Turoko's pelvic region. You'll see 2 fins hanging down, and between the 2 fins are 2 sausage-like appendages. Those are called claspers, and those are the male reproductive organs on many sharks and rays. So if you see them on the whale sharks, it is one of our 2 males. And I'll introduce you to the females when they come swimming by. Something ironic about the whale shark, again, the world's largest fish, and you might think, wow, they could probably eat just about any fish here if they wanted to. But they can't. They physically cannot do it because their throat's only this big, the size of a quarter. So how ironic is that? Big fish, small throat. So what we feed them is a small shrimp-like animal called krill. It's about the size of your pinky, and they can eat a lot of that. On a daily basis, between the 4 whale sharks, they'll eat about 200 pounds of krill. And at 10:30, right here, we are going to have our morning whale shark feed. By the way, this is Trixie. This is our largest whale shark, no claspers. And notice she has a white belly. When we meet Alice, she's got a lot of spots on her belly, so that's how you tell the 2 females apart. At 10:30, we are going to have our whale shark feed. In fact, we'll turn on our overhead camera so you can see what's going on above water, and then of course, sitting here, you'll see what's going on underwater. There's Yushan once again. Now, if you look at his dorsal fin, that's the fin on top. He's got a notch on the back end of it. That's one way you can pick him out. The other way is he swims so much faster than our other whale sharks. He just kind of zips around the habitat. So that's another way to pick out Yushan. Now, in addition to the whale sharks, we have over 80 other species of animals, and I'll point out the more interesting ones. We have 6 species of sharks, including this guy here. That's a sandbar shark. You can pick them out by the tall dorsal fin. That's the fin again on top. Here's another sandbar shark coming right at me. Down here, I'm sure most of you can't see him, is our green sea turtle. That's Tank. He's sitting down there. He's about 4.5 feet long, weighs about 500 pounds. He's pretty cool. So we'll talk more about him when he comes up. By the way, green sea turtles, they can hold their breath in a 6-hour range, but I think he'll come up a little sooner than that.
Here's a black tip reef shark. Real easy to see how they get their name from the black tips on their fins. Up top in the center is one of our 4 giant manta rays. I don't know where else you could go and see 4 whale sharks and 4 giant manta rays, but this is the place. So we have 3 females and 1 male, and our largest, believe it or not, that was not our largest giant manta ray. Her name is Tallulah. I don't see her right now. And her wingspan from tip to tip is about 15 feet across, and they are still growing. Giant manta rays, they can get up to 20, 24, 26 foot wingspan. That is incredible. Still waiting for Alice to come by. Here's Alice right here. Over here on the left, you'll notice she has a lot of spots on her belly. No claspers, of course, compared to Trixie, who had no spots, all white. There's Tallulah, our giant manta ray, swimming off to the right. She's got a dark underside. Looks like she's got a white V. So that's how you can pick her out. But look at that wingspan. That is just huge. And again, it's still growing. That's incredible. All right, let's see what else is interesting. Here, we have any Florida residents? Anybody from Florida? South Florida, you might be familiar with bonefish. We have several of them up the top, those shiny ones up just kind of hanging out center. Those are some bonefish, tarpon. Tarpon? I get those two confused sometimes. Tarpon, and definitely hear about tarpon down in South Florida, down in the Keys. Here comes you, Sean, again, just circling around really quick. Did any of you stop by the touch pool where we have the cleaner shrimp? If you didn't do it, it's so cool. They're brand new. Right after the moving sidewalk, we have a touch pool, and there's cleaner shrimp in there. When you stick your hand in there, hold it still. They'll actually jump up on your hand. I had my hand in there. There's 3 of them, and then you feel their little feet cleaning your hands. So it's something to check out. Oh, here's Tank, our green sea turtle we were talking about earlier. There you go. Get a good shot of them. So, background information on Tank. Back in the 1980s, he doesn't look that old, does he? Back in the 80s, of course, he was a little guy, he was actually attacked by a shark. And they fixed him up, and they could not release him back into the ocean. He was what they call deemed unreleasable. So he's been under human care ever since. And most recently, he was down in Marineland by St. Augustine. That's actually our sister facility. And then he joined us November of 2015, right around Thanksgiving. So his little 3-year anniversary is coming up. He's a vegetarian, eats about 90 heads of lettuce a week. And they spend their entire life in the water. Typical females that do come ashore to lay eggs, but other than that, they spend their entire life in the water. Okay, I'll tell you what, anybody have any questions about any of our animals? Yes? We believe Tank is full grown at this stage. Their lifespan is about in the 60s, 70s, somewhere in there. So he's at least in his 30s if he was attacked back in the 80s. So he might be middle age. Yes? Many of you may have noticed that Sean has a posse swimming with him. He's got his squad. Those fish swimming with him, those are jacks, and they're pretty smart. They sense the whale shark is a really big fish, and if we kind of hang out, swim alongside, no one's going to mess with him, so no one's going to mess with us. So it's like swimming with your own bodyguard. And